Myself, Professor B.N. Kalunkhe, Head Department of Zoology, RBNB College, Rampur. Today I am going to discuss types of an ecosystems. Types of an ecosystems. Ecosystems are of different types. Natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystems. Artificial ecosystems. Similarly, terrestrial ecosystems, aquatic ecosystems. Naturally occurring ecosystems, that are terrestrial ecosystems. Natural ecosystems are terrestrial ecosystems, as well as aquatic ecosystems. For example, terrestrial ecosystem, forest. Grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem. In case of aquatic ecosystem, for example, seawater ecosystem, river bodies or river ecosystem. These are examples of natural ecosystems. Natural ecosystems and artificial ecosystems, these are generally man-made ecosystems. Man-made ecosystems. For example, pond ecosystem or cropland ecosystem. Pond ecosystem, which is example of freshwater ecosystem. Cropland ecosystems, cultivation of variety of crops. These are artificial ecosystems. The first example of an ecosystem is freshwater ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem. Examples of freshwater ecosystems that includes, for example, river, pond or lake, pond, lake, river water bodies, springs, streams, etc. Here there is an example of freshwater ecosystem is a pond water body. Pond water body. Pond water body is a freshwater body. Pond water body is a freshwater body. It is either a natural water body. It is either a natural water body or it is also made by human being. That is artificial. Natural, it may be natural water body or it is also an artificial water body. Man-made water body, that is artificial, man-made water body. That is a pond ecosystem is a freshwater ecosystem. It is either a natural ecosystem or it is also man-made ecosystem. For example, garden ponds. Garden ponds made by human beings or constructed by human beings. This one pond water ecosystem, it is called as lentic ecosystem. It is called as lentic ecosystem. Lentic, that means standing water. Standing water or stagnant water. Standing water or stagnant water. Lentic, that means a standing water body, or water is a stagnant in a water body, that is pond. Here water is enclosed. Water is enclosed. Water which is found in the pond is enclosed. Hence it is a standing water body or stagnant water body. That is called as lentic water body. It has communities. It has communities of animals, plants, and microorganisms. Microorganisms. It has communities of animals, variety of animals, different species of plants, and microorganisms. These communities, that is animals, plants, microorganisms, depend on or dependent they are dependents, they depends for nutrients, that is for getting food material, on abiotic factors. Abiotic factors. For example, a water which is found inside the pond water body. Water, soil, that is a bottom region, mud region. Soil that provides nutrients, minerals, calcium, like calcium, phosphate, nitrates, oxygen, CO2, etc. And some physical factors, that is, for example, temperature or light. Temperature or light. That is biotic factors, living factors, animals, plants, microorganisms. They cooperate with their surrounding. Surrounding, that means here, for example, water, soil, light. They cooperate, living organisms cooperate with surrounding to getting food material and ultimately for their survival. For their survival, they cooperate or dependent on abiotic factors of environment like water, soil, light, temperature, pH of water, oxygen content of water, CO2 content of water. In any ecosystem, the green plants are producers. They synthesize their own food material. By utilization of, that is, absorbing light from sunlight, absorbing or trapping sunlight, and with the help of, for example, water and nutrients from the soil, they produce their own food materials. And these animals are dependent on producers, for example, plants, to obtain their food material in a food chain. They are dependent on plants to get food material. Animals, they depend upon producers, that is plants, to get their food material. Suppose this one is a pond water body. This one is a bottom, that is mud. That contains nutrients, that is minerals. Minerals, for example, calcium, phosphate, nitrate, etc. This region that contains nutrients. Nutrients which are found in the soil. Nutrients which are found in the soil. This one is a marginal land area. And that includes a water. That includes water. Here water is stagnant. Abiotic factors acts with this water body. Here sunlight. Sunlight falls on the water. Sunlight falls on the water. That is heat. Sunlight falls on the water. This one region is called as surface water region. Surface water region, middle water region and bottom water region. That water body shows large number of animals and plants. That is, pond ecosystem is composed of two main components like other ecosystems: abiotic factors and biotic factors. structurally pond ecosystem or any other ecosystem that shows two factors or components, abiotic factors and biotic factors. First one is abiotic factors and second one is biotic factors. Abiotic factors are non-living factors. Abiotic factors are non-living factors. And biotic factors are living factors. For example, animals, plants, and microorganisms. These are called as living factors. Animals, there is a species diversity. Species diversity, different groups of animals, invertebrates, vertebrates, etc. Plants, various species of plants, different plants, microorganisms. These living factors are depending for their survival on abiotic factors. Abiotic factors are non-living factors. For example, water, light, temperature, soil, air. These are non-living factors, commonly called as abiotic factors. There is a interrelationship. There is a interrelationship between abiotic factors and biotic factors. To obtain food in a ecosystem, which is called as a food chain. And here abiotic factors are water, soil, air, nutrients, calcium, phosphate, nitrate, oxygen, CO2, etc. And biotic factors, that is animals, plants, microorganisms. Biotic components are of mainly three types. Biotic components. They are of three types. That is producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, consumers, and decomposers. In any ecosystem, producers are green plants. Producers are green plants. For example, grass or ground vegetation. Trees, shrubs, all they are producers. They trap sunlight. That is, they absorb sunlight and produce their own food material by the process of photosynthesis. By the process of photosynthesis, they synthesize their own food material. Hence, green plants are called as producers. They are also called as autotrophs. They are also called as autotrophs. And second one, consumers. They are called as heterotrophs. They are dependent on producers, green plants, that is autotrophs. to get their food material. To get their food material. In case of pond ecosystem, the producers are plants. Producers are plants. The plants are rooted plants, submerged plants, and floating plants. Floating plants. Plants may be rooted, submerged, or floating plants. For example, floating plant Eichhornia. Eichhornia in water body. It is a floating plant. For example, rooted Typha. Typha, for example. Phallisneria, Nymphea. Here, a diverse species of plants is observed in a water body, pond water body. These plants are generally classified into microphytes and macrophytes. Microphytes, that is microplants. Microplants. They are also called as phytoplankton. They are also called as phytoplankton. Planktons are organisms, microscopic organisms which floats in the surface region of water. They floats, microorganisms, that is microscopic plants and animals. They float in the surface region of water along with a water current. These microorganisms, that is microscopic animals and plants, they are generally called as planktons. Planktons are again of two types, phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. Phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. Phytoplanktons are microscopic plants that floats along with current of water, and zooplanktons are microscopic animals. They float along with the current of water in the surface region of water body. For example, phytoplanktons, that includes green algae, blue-green algae, diatoms, Cladocera. These are different examples. Generally, green algae, blue-green algae, diatoms. These are called as phytoplanktons. These phytoplanktons forms for zooplanktons. They forms a food material for zooplankton. For example, microscopic or microscopic animals such as protozoan animals, Paramecium, amoeba, euglena, Forticella. These are some examples of zooplanktons. They feed upon phytoplanktons. They feed upon phytoplanktons. Here, these species diversity of plants, they also produce a food material. Hence, they are producers. Phytoplanktons are also producers. They are producers. Then consumers. Consumers, that is those animals, they feed upon plant food material. These animals are called as consumers. They feed upon producers. Consumers are again classified into three types: primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Consumers are of three types: primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. In a pond ecosystem, the plants are producers, phytoplankton and other plant species. That is, for example, algae, typha, etc., Wolffia, Utricularia. These are producers. The zooplanktons feed upon phytoplanktons. They feed upon phytoplanktons. Or, for example, larvae of frogs, small fishes, they feed upon zooplanktons. Zooplanktons forms a food material for smaller animals. Tadpole larvae of frog, for example, smaller fishes, they feed upon zooplanktons. And these are called as primary consumers. Smaller animals which feed on zooplanktons and a plant material. Here, for example, crab. These animals are called as primary consumers in case of pond water body. These small fishes are eaten by large carnivorous fishes or water snakes. These animals are called as secondary consumers. Frog feeds on insect larvae, for example, and small fishes are eaten by large carnivorous fishes or snakes, water snakes. Water snake, large carnivorous fishes, they are called as secondary consumers. And finally, these animals, for example, frog, water snake, they are eaten by predatory birds. They are called as tertiary consumers or top consumers. They are called as top consumers. And this sequence of eating is called as a food chain. Sequence of eating and being eaten, it is called as food chain in an ecosystem. It is about consumers, that is heterotrophs. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. And third component is decomposers. Decomposers. These are microorganisms, commonly called as microbes. Commonly called as microbes. For example, bacteria, fungi. Bacteria, fungi. These organisms, that is microbes, they feed on dead body of animals. They feed upon dead body of animals and dead plants. They feed upon dead plants, dead organic material, microbes, that is bacteria, fungi. These microbes are eaten by some animals, another group of animals. For example, nematodes. Or in case of pond ecosystem, crabs. These animals, microbes, are called as detritus consumers. They are called as detritus consumers, microbes. And those organisms which feed on detritus animals, they are called as detritivores. They are called as detritivores. And when there is a death of detritivores, finally their body is degraded in the soil region of ecosystem as a nutrients. These nutrients are recycled. That is, the plants which are found in this region, they again utilizes such nutrients for their synthesis of food material. Nutrients from this region, for example, dead body of detritivores animals, these are finally released, mixed in the soil in this region. For example, in a pond water ecosystem, they are again recycled, that is utilized by plants for synthesis of their food material. This one is an example of freshwater ecosystem, pond ecosystem. There are another two ecosystems. One example from terrestrial ecosystem. Forest ecosystem. Forest ecosystem. And third one example from artificial ecosystem, cropland ecosystem. Forest ecosystem and cropland ecosystem, like other ecosystems, forest ecosystem shows structurally two components, that is factors. Abiotic factors and biotic factors. Abiotic factors, they are also called as non-living factors. For example, like water, soil, air, nutrients, that is minerals, light, temperature, pH of water, for example. And biotic factors are living factors, living animals and plants, animals, microorganisms. Here, the abiotic factors, main abiotic factor in the forest ecosystem is a soil. It provides nutrients, that is minerals, calcium, phosphorus, phosphate, nitrogen, oxygen, like this. Similarly, water is also essential for growth of plant, for the growth of plant. And the biotic components are similar, like pond, that is producers. Consumers and decomposers. Producers, consumers, and decomposers. These are called as abiotic components of forest ecosystem. Here, in case of forest ecosystem, species diversity of trees, that is many different types of or species of trees. They are mainly producers. They absorb large amount of sunlight. For synthesis of their food material by the process of photosynthesis. Similarly, shrubs and ground vegetation, different species of grass, ground vegetation, shrubs, trees, they are called as producers. The trees which are found in different regions, for example in India, species of trees are different in different regions. For example, trees which are found in Himalayan region, these are different. These are different from trees which are found in Western Ghat region. That is called as species diversity. Very large number of different trees are found in forest area. That depends upon local region. Forests are of different types. For example, temperate deciduous forest. Deciduous forest. Temperate deciduous forest, temperate, evergreen forest. Evergreen forest. Similarly, tropical deciduous forest and tropical evergreen forest. In India, about 40% of land about 40% of land is occupied by forest. That is, it is rich in biodiversity. Biodiversity, that means plant species and animal species, commonly called as flora. That is plants and fauna. For example, wild animals, which are found in forest. The wild animals are called as fauna. And India has rich biodiversity. That is, variety of different trees in the forest, in the grassland or in desert, and large number of wild animals. And about 40% of land is occupied by forests. Here the producers are trees, shrubs and ground vegetation that produce their own food material. They are called as producers. Then consumers. Consumers are heterotrophs. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. Primary consumers are herbivorous animals in forest or grassland. Primary consumers are herbivorous animals. These are generally grazing animals. Grazers. For example, domestic animals, cattle, cows, buffaloes, sheep, goats, and wild animals. For example, deer, rabbit, bison, elephant, for example. These are called as herbivorous animals. Animals which feed upon a plant material. They are called as herbivorous animals or herbivores. Similarly, smaller animals, for example, insects, grasshopper, and variety of other insects. They feed upon green plants, plant material. All these animals are primary consumers. The primary consumers are eaten. They are killed and eaten by small predatory animals. They are also called as carnivorous animals. small predatory animals, that is small carnivores. For example, wolf, fox, for example. They kill prey animal. Wolf, for example, fox. They kill prey animal, small prey animal, for example, rabbit or deer. Rabbit or deer. They feed on small herbivorous animal, rabbit, deer. These small predatory animals, that is carnivorous animals, they are called as secondary consumers. And these secondary consumers are again killed and eaten by large carnivorous animals. Large carnivorous animals. They are eaten by large carnivorous animals. Commonly they are called as top carnivores. They are called as top carnivores. For example, a tiger or lion, they are called as top carnivores. They are not eaten by any other animals. It is about a tertiary consumers. And third component is decomposers. Like bacteria, fungi, they degraded the dead body of animals and plants. That is, they feed upon dead organic matter. Such animals are again eaten by detritivorous animals. And from body of detritivores, finally nutrients are released and mixed in the soil. And these nutrients are again recycled. That is, they are utilized by plants for production or synthesis of their food material.